Hello everyone, my name is Moji. You're watching a Bitcoin Bubble News channel. Please don't look at the exact numbers. Instead, think about the big picture and why those numbers are what they are. That's true for all of my charts and analyses. You could say something like, oh yeah, it's below 64. You also said that it couldn't fall below 64 because that line is a support. It might be down there, but I don't think it will stay for long. The 5-month is usually higher than the 2-year, which means it is higher than the realized price. Plan B, which made the Bitcoin stock to flow model, has explained why he is still positive about Bitcoin even though its price has recently gone down. He says not to worry about the exact numbers on charts, but rather to look at the bigger picture and understand why those numbers are what they are. By using this method, he has found a unique pattern in the Bitcoin markets. If the 5-month moving average is higher than the 2-year moving average and both are higher than the realized price, the market is likely to be going up 4-0. This is the first chart. It shows the stock-to-flow scheme. Bitcoin ended June just above 62,000, so the market has been stuck in a dull trade range between 60,000 and 70,000 for a few months now. It will stay there until we figure out what to do. So the Bitcoin price always falls behind the model value after halving. The price doesn't start moving until a couple of months after the halving, and it takes another 12 to 18 months for the price to reach what the stock-to-flow model says it will be. In this case, I think we just need to wait. I know it's hard, but that's the only thing we can do. Hold on. The next chart is red. The market is still going up. I also know it could feel different, but you can't lie to the numbers. All of those numbers are on the chain. There's nothing strange. We need to be here. Now, I'd be scared if we got yellow or green, which can't happen, but yellow? We don't have it though? It's red? The market is going up? That makes me feel better. RSI. That's interesting. It either went down a little or stayed the same between 60 and 70. It's now 65, you could say. It was 69. Some people also believe that the market has reached its peak. And to be honest, their logic is pretty cool. The reason for this is that Bitcoin has decreasing profits. In other words, the tops and bottoms get lower every time. Also, it's easy to see a diminishing return trend in this RSI chart. I don't think that benefits get smaller over time. For me, exponential profits are real. Anyway, those who believe the bull market is over also see things returning to normal. In other words, they believe that the Bitcoin markets are returning to a normal trade range. That means the RSI usually trades between 30 and 70. In other words, it's all between 30 and 70 for stocks on foreign markets. Bitcoin has gone up a bit. So this peak above 70 could be seen as the Bitcoin market returning to normal. We are now in a bear market that will likely get worse until it hits $30. But I don't think that will be the case. I can see why that would make sense in a bear market. I don't think there will be diminishing results. There will be profits that grow very quickly. And the RSI will be above 80 again, just like it was in 2013, 2017, and 2021. That's why we'll be keeping a close eye on the RSI. Only time will tell, but it's interesting. The 200-week moving average is the next chart. That's about 4 years then, which is why we use the average price of Bitcoin over the last 4 years. That's the thick black line. It's at 37 right now and always going up. It has never gone down, but rising slowly and steadily. Also, nothing out of the ordinary. Bitcoin's real value. The real price is now $31 at the end of June. The price after 2 years is $48,000. Short term, the HODLer price for the next 5 months is 65 right now. Bitcoin's price is a little less than what it was worth 5 months ago. The 5-month realized price, which is shown in light blue, has always been a support line in bull markets. Bitcoin doesn't go below this line very often. In fact, it stays on that queue. The same thing has been going on for a few months now. So the fact that Bitcoin is either at or just below that light blue line right now is very interesting. Between now and 5 months from now, I think it will go up. We don't wish to go down. We're also keeping a close eye on this. Plus, don't look at the exact numbers. It's more about the big picture and why those numbers are what they are. That's true for all of my charts and analyses. You could say something like, oh yeah, it's below 64. You also said that it couldn't fall below 64 because that line is a support. It might be below that though. It will stay there for a long time though. We see that the 5-month is usually higher than the 2-year, which means that it is higher than the realized price. That's also true when the market is rising. The 5-month realized price falls below the 2-year realized price first, and then it falls below the realized price. During every weak market, it took place. In other words, those are the signs and big directions we need to see. It doesn't matter if this number is on the line, just below the line, or 1,000 up or down. It's not important. For now, everything looks fine. I think that 65,000 will give it a boost. We'll see. Return that was made. The return for sellers in June was 13%. It's not much, but it's a good sign. I think you can also compare it to 2017. You had orange, green, red, and green. Not as sure of itself in the market as it was at the start of the rising market in 2017. Now, blue makes me nervous, right? When we talk about this general direction and how the numbers make sense. Blue would make me feel bad. Green doesn't. Yellow and orange. All of this fits with what has happened in the past. Bitcoin making money. The same thing. 90% of the world is making money. We might be able to compare that to 2013. A great deal of yellow, orange, and red at the top of the last market. This was the start of the bull market. We can see that again here. There is some doubt. It's clear that the market is looking for direction. I hope that it will go in that way soon. Which means we have to wait until then.